I didn't cry when he kissed me goodbye, not even when he held my face like he used to, thumb brushing my cheek as if he still loved me. No, the real emotion hit later, when the taxi pulled away from the airport and I turned my ring around my finger like a trigger. The driver glanced at me through the mirror. "Home?" he asked. "Not today," I whispered, and handed him a handwritten address. His eyebrows twitched. He didn't ask questions. Good. I'd had enough lies for a lifetime. Back then. I met Ethan in a bookstore. He bumped into me, knocking a novel out of my hands, and apologized like he meant every syllable. He was earnest, warm, almost shy, the type of man you instinctively trust. I should have known that type often hides the darkest secrets. He became my safe place, my late-night conversations, my quiet mornings. On our first anniversary, he baked a cake from scratch, even though he couldn't cook to save his life. Flour everywhere, icing on the ceiling. We laughed until our ribs ached. We used to fit. But love doesn't disappear overnight. It erodes, slow, silent, like water eating away at stone. The shift. I noticed it months before I admitted it. The late-night work calls, the sudden gym obsession, a faint scent on his jacket, perfume too soft, too sweet to be mine. I didn't react, didn't accuse, didn't tremble. I simply watched him. Watched how he guarded his phone, how he smiled at texts he never told me about, how he used the shower the moment he got home, as if washing something off. The universe handed me proof in the simplest form. A push notification on his iPad, lighting up the whole bedroom in the dark. "I can't wait to see you tonight. Same place?" I stared at the glowing screen. For 5 long seconds. Then I turned it off, and calmly placed it back exactly as it had been. The heartbreak came quietly, like a blade sliding in without resistance. But beneath the pain, something else grew. Cold, steady, precise, a plan. The mindset shift. Infidelity breaks some people. It sharpened me. I studied him, his routines, his mistakes, his soft spots. I researched every legal clause in our prenup, every asset in his name, every account we shared. I found the apartment, the one he rented under a fake name, thinking I'd never check the credit card statement for parking fees. I didn't confront him, not yet. Revenge tastes better slow. The anniversary gift. He planned the solo trip with too much enthusiasm. "Just relax, babe," he'd said. "You deserve it." Deserve. Funny word coming from him. He packed my suitcase himself, double-checked flight details, smiled the entire drive. He thought he was sending me away so he could spend a full weekend with her. He didn't know I'd already moved certain funds, spoken to a lawyer, and obtained all the evidence I needed. He didn't know the plane ticket was the final piece of my puzzle. Execution. The taxi stopped in front of a beige apartment building. Quiet, forgettable, discreet. I stepped out with the same calm you feel before pulling a trigger. The elevator hummed as it carried me up. 4th floor. Door 4B. I didn't knock. I used the spare key I'd taken from his desk drawer 3 days earlier. He hid it poorly. Cheaters usually do. The door opened with a soft click, revealing a room filled with low lights and the scent of wine and vanilla. She was there, M, a silhouette in a silk robe, turning toward me with confusion instead of fear. I think you have the wrong—" "No," I said quietly. "I don't." Her eyes widened when she realized who I was. But I didn't come for her. I came for him. So I sat on the couch and waited. 15 minutes later, he walked in, laughing, carrying takeout. The moment he saw me, the color drained from his face. My husband froze, mouth half open, betrayal written all over his silence. "Happy anniversary," I whispered. He dropped the food. I placed the folder on the table, Bank transfers, photos, screenshots, the lease under his fake name. He reached for my arm. I stepped back. No scenes, I said. No shouting. Just reality. I told him about the lawyer, the frozen accounts, the fact that the prenup clauses he thought protected him didn't apply once infidelity was proven. His voice cracked. "Honey, please. You should save that for someone who believes you." His mistress disappeared into the bedroom. He was alone with the truth he built. Resolution. I walked past him, past the sofa where he had probably lied, charmed, seduced, past the life he thought he could juggle. At the door, I paused. "You know the saddest part?" I said. "You could have told me you weren't happy. I would have let you go." My hand tightened on the knob. "But you chose betrayal, and I choose freedom." I left the keys on the counter. Not the wedding ring. Those I kept to melt down later. When the elevator doors closed, I finally exhaled. Not